Hello and welcome back to my channel, Life with Nati, or welcome in if you're new. My name is Natalia. My friends and family call me Nati, and today we are doing a WIP and chat. For those of you who don't know what a WIP is, WIP stands for work in progress. While I chat at you guys, while you guys do your own WIP or clean your house, go to sleep, treat it as a podcast. I'm here to keep you entertained for about an hour while I go ahead and work on my canvas. So today I am doing a diamond painting. This is from Diamond Art Club. This is Damaged by Enys Guerrero. She is a 55.8 centimeter by 83.8 centimeter round kit, and oh, she's so pretty. I am currently at the very bottom of the canvas. Here is a picture of this canvas. So I'm right here. I got most of it done. I'll be done with it within the end of the week. Who you guys? It has been a long time since I've recorded. A lot has been going on, and in my last video that I did post, you guys were so sweet and so supportive. I missed you guys so much, and I'm honestly trying to stick to it and stick to a schedule. I have to dedicate myself to a schedule. I really, really do. Let's go ahead and pick a color. I think I want to go with these pinks. Mm, all right, so we're gonna do the number fours. This is pretty bright pink red. I'm not good with my colors. All right, so how has everybody been doing? It, like I said, it's been a while since I uploaded. Well, no, I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've recorded, not uploaded. I uploaded last week. Um, but I did that recording quite a few days. Well, actually, I think it was probably a week or so before I even uploaded that video. And in that video, I did say that I was going to do my best to edit the video the next day and post it. Ooh, but life just laughed at me and said no. Oh, goodness. So, what happened? Let's do a little quick catch up on everything that has been going on, and there is a lot. Um, so, the day after I recorded that video, I was supposed to go to a doctor's appointment for my daughter so she can get her shots. That didn't happen. Um, so, what ended up happening was my son decided to skip school, and I got a phone call that morning telling me that my son wasn't in school and whatever. So I called the school to see, because like sometimes like if you miss, or not miss, but if he goes into class late, they mark him as absent and call me. So like I'm always getting that phone call. Uh, but something told me to go ahead and call them, make sure everything's okay. I called them, and by this time he was already supposed to be in second period. But he missed class. And they said that they haven't seen him, that he didn't come into class, and your girl watches way too much true crime to just let this go. And plus, that's my baby, and if you're a parent, you know you're gonna worry no matter what. And so I called them, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, can you guys tell me if he got off the bus? Did he, get on the bus to begin with? The problem with it is he doesn't take the regular school bus. He takes the city bus that's supposed to take him from home. Obviously, go to each stop, but takes him directly to the school. Well, they ended up transferring me over to the city transportation phone number. And I'm calling them and they're like, "Oh, I can't. It's going to be a while before we're going to be able to look at the camera and figure out if your son actually made it on the bus or not." So I'm freaking out. I'm thinking my son is somewhere in the ditch. My brain went straight to the worst case scenario. And, it's between me watching those true crimes and my anxiety. Like, my brain can definitely get the best of me. And yeah. So I'm crying. I'm completely hysterical. Um, Top it off, I have postpartum, hormones. And then on top of that, I'm pregnant again. So pregnancy hormones. None of that was working in my favor at all. And so I'm calling the school. The school is calling me every 20, 30 minutes, keeping me updated. They're telling me that they're talking to his friends and seeing if they know anything or whatnot. And um, to make the situation more scary, not that it needs to be, but my son has been having problems with some of the kids on the bus where they're like literally threatening him, telling him to get off the bus and they're going to beat him up. And um, yeah, I did report it, and they said they're going to keep a closer eye on him and make sure he's okay and whatever. But just having that in the back of my head that my son is telling me that there's kids that want to beat him up, like the first thing that popped into my head was, oh my God, my son's in a ditch or he's in the hospital or, you know, something. Hang on, I gotta get my tweezers. And his phone, I had just recently turned his phone back on because, yeah, he ran out of minutes. And I had recently turned on his phone, but apparently he never troubleshooted his phone, so it wasn't fully activated. And so I couldn't get in touch with him that way. I was trying to call him. I'm like, did he block me? So I had family members calling him. And then on top of that, I had literally the whole city transportation because my mother-in-law works for the city. Um, well, the medical city bus, but it's still the same transportation. And she had everybody on the lookout for my son. The whole school was searching high and low for my son. And when I say that was like the worst 4 hours of my life, I'm not even kidding. Not knowing where your child is in a world that we live in now is absolutely terrifying. So, needless to say, by this time, my nerves were completely shattered and panicky. Uh, and so I ended up having to call my daughter's doctor's appointment and telling them I had a family emergency and that I couldn't come in. Um, for obvious reasons, I just could not go to a doctor's appointment, and be worried about my son the whole time. And, got that canceled. And then I went because I called my husband and he had to, arrange some things so that he could come home from work so that he can take me to the school. And then I'm like, I just want to go to school and maybe I can find him. I don't know. We'll just take the same bus route and make sure he's not in a ditch somewhere. Um, I was talking to the counselor slash security of the school, and I was like, I swear if I don't hear anything back in the next 30 minutes, I'm calling 911 and I'm reporting my son missing. And she's like, okay, I understand, but please just give me a few more minutes. I'm talking to a few people. They're saying that he has a girlfriend that he might be with right now. And I'm like, are you serious? Because my mother-in-law, funny enough, was like, how much you want to bet that he skipped school and he's with his girlfriend? And I'm like, no. No, my son wouldn't do that. That's not my son. He's not going to do that. I know my son. And she's like, yeah, you do know your son. You're right. And I just kept saying that. There's no way, there's no way he would do some dumb stuff like that. Apparently, I don't know my child, huh? Because as soon as I had my clothes on, my daughter's clothes on, my husband just got here, and we were getting ready to load up in the car to go to the school. And the lady from the school calls me. And she's like, all right, I just need you to breathe. Your son just walked in the school hand in hand with his girlfriend. I was like, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He couldn't have. No. Yes, my son decided he wanted to skip school so that he can spend some time with his girlfriend. You guys, what the heck? What the actual heck? I mean, I guess I should have known. He's a teen. He's 14. Well, was 14 at the time. He was 14, and you know, kids will be kids, I guess. But it was the terrifying moments that just paralyzed me, I guess you can say, because that's exactly what I felt like. I felt paralyzed. I felt numb. And immediately when she said that, I just broke down in tears. My husband had to grab the phone so that he could talk to my son because yep, I lost it. Completely lost it. I mean, please don't get me wrong. Super grateful that my son was okay, but I was so disappointed, so upset with him, you know? I mean, obviously, I was, rooting for him, and I was like, no, he wouldn't do that. He's not, he just wouldn't do that. That's not my son. My son wouldn't do something like that. And apparently, yes, he would. And I got back on the phone with him, and I'm like, I'm glad you're okay, but am I pissed off at you right now? And he's like, I'm sorry, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was like, Alexander, I was like, Alex, like, come on. You know the things you told me about the kids on that bus, and then you're gonna go ahead and pull this. Like, seriously, the school calls me if you miss school. So what were you thinking? I mean, obviously you weren't thinking, because if you were, you wouldn't have skipped. But he's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. But you guys, I'm not gonna lie, that was the worst and most scariest moment, 4 hours of my entire life, thinking that something terrible has happened to my son. That was terrifying. So, for obvious reasons, I did not go to my daughter's appointment, and for obvious reasons, I did not edit the video. um, and it did take me a few days to come down from that anxiety induced panic attack, um, so that my brain can process and work. you know, I'm hoping you guys understand. And again, I am sorry that it took me so long to record and even upload that last video, but I'm hoping you guys understand. Um, then, right as I was telling myself, all right, you're okay. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna open up the computer. We're going to go ahead and edit and post my weapon chat. So we're sitting down and I'm getting ready to work on my video. And I look over and I see that my one of my bearded dragons was not moving. And I look over at my husband and I'm like, babe, can you like put your hand in the tank or tap on that tank? Because Haka does not look like she's moving. And yep, she had passed away. Um, which sucks because she was one of our younger lizards, and she had a um I forgot the actual medical term, but she had a bone disease where her back legs were not straight, and she was born that way. Um, I also had a chameleon that had the same disease because I bought them both from the same place, and they both had that disease, and they both died from that disease, which completely sucks because I do miss my chameleon and my bearded dragon, obviously. So, yeah, a few days after my son decided he wanted to skip school, my lizard passed away. And again, I was not in the correct headspace to edit a video and upload a video. It was just too much for me. And I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, it's just a pet. But for me, all my animals are not pets, they're my babies. And I know that sounds corny. However, you got to realize, I know I've mentioned this before, but me and my husband could not get pregnant for 5 years when I was trying with my daughter, and I substituted that with fur babies and lizards and, pets. But I didn't see them as pets. They're all my babies. They all filled a piece of my heart that couldn't be filled any other way. And so, don't get me wrong, that lizard was very feisty. There we go, feisty. She was a feisty lizard, bearded dragon. She, apparently I wasn't her best friend. Every time I would go near her cage and whatever, she'll hiss at me. Um, I don't know why. I'm like, girl, you do know I feed you, right? Like, you should be nice to me. I'm the only one that comes over here and feeds you and loves on you. Um, my other bearded dragon is way more chill. She will let us pick her up and put her on our shoulder. She's awesome. Um, but Hawkeye was too, way too feisty. Um, but then, I'm sorry. The very next day, my bunny died. And I don't like to say I have favorites, but the bunny was one of my all-time favorite fur baby that I had. Um, and it was just so sudden how that happened. Like the day before, I tried to give him a treat, and that was like his number one thing. I mean, you would literally give him a treat and he will binky all over the place. If you don't know what binky is, binkies are when the bunnies hop around because they're happy, and they just start flailing their feet and just doing little bat flips. Those are binkies, and that's kind of why his name was Blizzard Binks, because he loved to binky all over the time, all over the place, all the time. Um, but he took the treat out of my hand, but then he just spit it out and sat on it, and I'm like, huh, Binks, are you okay, buddy? So, I picked him up, I loved on him, I was petting him, and he was like standing up on his hind legs and whatever, and I was like, okay, maybe he just wasn't in the mood for treats. And so the next morning, I always give him grains in the morning because he used to throw his bowl all over the place because he was ready to eat and I was not feeding him fast enough. And he didn't do it that morning. Um, and I tried to feed him, and he refused to eat. And I'm like, okay, there's something wrong with Binks for real. And I I swear it was just absolutely sudden. Um, I remember me and my husband were sitting in the dining room, and Binks was here in the living room, and I heard him binky. And I was like, oh, he just binkied. But I was making, we were all eating dinner, so I didn't just come up and come over here. But my stepmom came over, and I was telling her how Binks, I think Binks is getting sick, and I'm gonna have to call the vet to take him in because our vet for our exotic animals are like an hour away, and like an hour and a half actually away. And I was like, I'm gonna have to call. She was like, oh, okay, can I see him? I was like, yeah, and I walked in here and I looked over at his cage and he was gone. And I broke down. Two of my babies passed back to back. Yeah. So that explains why I didn't feel like recording. I mean, not recording, but uploading or editing. So I'm just giving you all of the crazy stuff that happened that prevented me from wanting to do much of anything. Um, this is the first time that I'm even recording since the last time. But I was like, okay, I'm ready. I want my therapy back. You guys really are my therapy. You guys are so amazing. When you comment on my videos and you check on me and acknowledge me. It brings like a huge smile on my face, and I'm so grateful for you guys. I am just so happy that I found this community. I didn't expect when I got into diamond painting, I did seriously did not expect that the community would be this way and so welcoming and loving. And I'm so grateful for you guys. You guys helped me through a lot. I got a lot of comments while I was going through all this stuff, and you guys didn't even know I was going through all this stuff, but just your comments and your likes, and it did bring a smile to my face. And I'm like, okay, I have to get back to my people. I have to show the love to my people, and again, it helps me. You guys are my absolute therapy, and I'm so grateful for you guys. Oh my God, these roses are so pretty. I absolutely love Diamond Art Club. You guys don't know my last whip and chat. I was working on Alice by Curtis Rekovich, which was a dreamer design. God, this little diamond has a hole in it. Which was a dreamer design kit. That was honestly like the hardest canvas I ever worked on. It almost burnt me out on diamond painting in general. I was like really close to just throwing in the towel on diamond painting. Not gonna lie to you guys. But I was working on this kit towards the ending of the other kit. I was like, okay, never mind. Diamond Art Club rekindled my joy for diamond painting. I love this company. All right. So in my last video, I talked to you guys about me having to go to a um, OB appointment with a particular doctor that I was not very fond of. I had asked you guys, what do you guys think I should do? And it was a very loud change your doctor. Oh my goodness. And I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for, your comments and kind words. Um, but I ended up trying to give this doctor a chance and giving them the benefit of doubt. It's like, okay, that was my last pregnancy. She was probably just having an off day. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna see how it goes. Maybe she won't even remember me. Yep, no, she remembered me. She remembered me just as well as I remembered her, and she tried my patience again. And it's like, oh, girl, like, do you hate your job? Like, is that what's going on? Do you just not like your job? And if that's the case, why is this your profession? But this appointment was supposed to be for about maybe 2 hours, is what they said. And I'm like, okay, I got this. I can do this. After this appointment, I'm just going to ask them to not give me this doctor again because she basically worked my anxiety again and did a whole bunch of things, which I'll get to in just a second. But tell me why. She does the entire appointment. I'm in there for 3 hours, you guys. 3 hours. Just for her to say at the very end, well, I think it is in your best interest that you move to a um, different OB place, so that because I'm very high risk and they have a limit, I guess you can say, on how high risk is too high risk for them, which is why they did transfer me over to another hospital at the ending of my pregnancy. It's because they didn't want to chance me being in that hospital and me having to stay in that hospital and them transferring my daughter to another hospital and I can't go to that hospital because I just gave birth. And I was like, oh, no, no, that's not going to happen. And so, she was like, I think it's in everybody's best interest that you go to another doctor. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, seriously, you just made me sit here for 3 hours just for you to say that you want to transfer me to a different doctor. Are you kidding me? Are you absolutely kidding me? So I'm like, you know what? I think it's for the best as well. Only because I know I'm never going to see her again. But it's just so aggravating because now I am on the wait for the new OB, which I know for a fact that I'm going to love because I was dealing with her with my daughter's pregnancy. So I know I like her. But now I have to wait until next week to meet this doctor, the new, well, not meet, but get signed up for her to be on my team, which I'm happy for. But this appointment is going to be another 2 hour long appointment. I'm just super upset that in her head, she knew she was going to transfer me that entire time. Why did you make me sit there for 3 hours? And then be like, you know what? I think you should transfer. I'm sorry about that phone. About my phone going off. It's like, that's so aggravating. Or is it me? Am I over exaggerating because I don't like her? I don't know. You guys let me go. Let me know. But let's keep adding little ticks to this doctor, right? Okay, so She asked me if I was having any pains or whatever. And I'm like, yes, actually, ever since I gave birth to my daughter, I have been having some serious hip pain. So you guys, I can't stand for long periods of time. I can't turn a certain way. I cannot squat um, without there being like lightning shooting up my leg from my hip. Um, so she's like, okay, we can, schedule you for therapy. I'm like, awesome. That sounds great. So she says she's going to schedule me up for physical therapy. Awesome. Let's go. Let's do it. And then she was forcing, not requesting, forcing me to do mental therapy. I did not completely agree to it because I've tried therapy before and it never really worked. It gave me more anxiety. um, but she goes ahead and she does it anyways. And of course, she has to ask me a bunch of questions to make sure I'm not depressed or, wanting to hurt myself or others. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I did inform her that I do have severe anxiety and has gotten worse after giving birth to my daughter, like to the point where I'll have panic attacks when I leave my home. She writes down that I fear for my life when I leave my house. Where did you get that information from? I never said I'm scared of my for my life when I leave my house. That's not it at all. I just get very anxious and I have to come back home. Like I'm not scared something's gonna happen to me or my family when I leave my house. I just feel the most comfortable at home and I don't want to go anywhere. Um, and so she writes that down. So obviously I have people calling me saying that I'm super depressed and all type of things, and it's like it's not that. So I have to re-explain myself because she wrote it down wrong. All right. There is one thing she did. Here's another thing she did. So, back to the physical therapy. She said that they're going to give me a call and they're going to schedule an appointment for me. I'm like, okay, great. The lady calls me, and not this doctor, the therapy lady. She calls me. She's like, okay, I want to schedule an appointment for you. Um, I was like, awesome. And then I go, is this therapy okay for pregnant women? And she's like, I'm sorry? I was like, pregnant woman, I'm pregnant. Is that okay? Can I still do this therapy? And she goes, well, I don't see in here that you're pregnant. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, okay, I'm just going to read you exactly what the doctor wrote. I was like, okay. She was like, it says here that you are postpartum, right? And that my baby was supposed to be born in July 12th, it said, July 12th, year 2024. My baby's birthday is July 13th, 2023. I was like, what? I was like, no, that's not right at all. She goes, uh-huh. And then it states here that you are just postpartum and you're not pregnant. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Did she really write that down? Like, what the heck? So yeah, I had to get that fixed. So I had to wait another 2 weeks for a lady that can actually do this therapy with me, that does therapy with pregnant women. So yeah, she's just she just scattered everything. And it's like, And then now I have a caseworker that's calling me every week to see how my mental state is doing because of all the things that she wrote on my chart. You guys, when I say that I am absolutely thrilled that I'm never going to see this doctor again, it's an understatement of the world. She, mm, anyways, Oh my goodness. All right. So, yep, that's the update on that doctor and all the crazy stuff that has to do with her and the fact that I'm never going to have to see her again. Yay. Claps, claps, claps. All right. Don't you love it? You look through the canvas, you're like, okay, I think I got them all. Oh, you miss a whole freaking row. But on the topic of therapy, mental therapy, um, I did decide that I was going to go ahead and give it a try. So I do have an appointment for, I believe, the soonest they can do is April, which is okay with me. But April 8th, I have an appointment, and they are wanting to do it over the phone via Zoom because of my anxiety of leaving my house. They want me as comfortable as possible, which I highly appreciate. Um, but yes, my appointment is in April. I'm gonna try therapy again. Um, but currently, I feel like I'm okay. Um, it sounds funny, it sounds corny, but diamond painting really is very therapeutic. It is my therapy. And it took some people around me a little bit to realize just how therapeutic diamond painting is to me. Because I'm not gonna lie, I did put diamond painting down for a little bit because I got guilted into believing that um I was addicted to diamond painting. Um and I didn't like the sound of that. Because honestly I wasn't. I was doing everything I had to do throughout the day, and diamond painting was just like in between, you know? But I got guilted into feeling bad every time I diamond painted, and they ended up seeing just how depressed, I guess you can say, not depressed, but not so much me when I stopped. And like I told them, I was like, I told you this is my therapy. It calms me, it relaxes me, it just takes me to a whole nother world. And, and they were like, I was just concerned because of the money. And I was like, but you don't live with me. You don't pay my bills. And I'm not dumb enough to put a diamond painting before my family. That's not me. Like, if my family needs, okay, I got you. I'm not gonna be like, oh, but this diamond painting. No, like, no. And it really upset me that they thought like that. Um, and so, yeah, I stopped for a little bit, but they ended up seeing just how calming this hobby makes me. And then definitely talking with you guys with these whip and chats, it's extremely therapeutic. I mean, I'm sitting here just word vomiting at you guys. I'm just speaking and talking and telling you what's going on in my head, in my life, and that is therapy. Like my friend that's pregnant with me that I talked to you guys about in the last whip and chat, um, she was talking to me. I had told her about my channel because she's thinking about doing diamond painting. I told her about my channel and she was watching my videos, and she was like, wow, it surprises me that you are this open to everybody when you've never been that way. Like, you're very to yourself and whatnot. And I was like, yes, this community is so freaking amazing that I feel comfortable just speaking and, not feeling judged with this community. And she was like, wow, that's amazing. That's like a huge step for you because Yeah, that's not you. You just keep it all to yourself. You guys, I missed all these hearts. Crap. But yeah, and I was like, yeah, it's it is a huge therapy to me. And it's like the person that I felt that was judging me never really watched my videos, so they don't really know how I feel and what's running through my head. Because honestly, when I talk to you guys, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna have a lot to talk about. This is gonna be a boring whip and chat, but when I get on here, I just start talking, and it all comes out, and I'm like, hmm. Then before I know it, I look over and it's like, oh gosh, it's an hour. Oh gosh, it's almost an hour. You see what I mean? You guys are it I love doing whip and chats with you guys. Editing it and uploading it, not so much. It's like if it wasn't so long, if it didn't take so long to upload a video, I'd be more happy in doing it. But it literally takes me almost 2 hours to upload one video for you guys. Oh, well, the whip and chat ones. The unboxings is pretty fast. All right. What else can we talk about? Ooh. So, I did go for an ultrasound because I am currently 13 weeks pregnant and I haven't seen my baby since I was 5 weeks pregnant, which is not normal, but because they were transferring me over to a whole different hospital specialty, uh, they couldn't get me in. So literally, I kept talking to everybody. I was like, I really want to see my baby. This is very anxiety inducing that I don't know anything about my baby. I don't know. I haven't heard its heartbeat or anything yet. And so I did go to the doctors, and on the 26th, I got my ultrasound. So let me see. I'm trying to cover up all the information. Here is the baby. And here's a little bit further away. Oh, crap. Sorry, hang on. It got stuck to the canvas. What do you guys think? Girl or boy? I'm thinking boy. But I'm only 13 weeks, so we shall see. So I did get that ultrasound on the 26th. I was super happy. I was like, hey, I get to finally hear the heartbeat and everything. The heartbeat was 171 was the heartbeat per minute. So that was super exciting. I did go and I did eventually go to my daughter's doctor's appointment for her shots. This time I gave her some Tylenol so that the pain wouldn't be so much. She still obviously cried and I felt horrible. So we took her and my son and we went to Denny's and we went out to eat at Denny's. And then, um, yeah, that was all my anxiety would allow me was her doctor's appointment and then Denny's. And I was like, we were supposed to go shopping afterwards, grocery shopping. And I was like, no, babe, I gotta go home. I have to go home. He's like, are you okay? I was like, nope, nope, nope. I'm freaking out and I just want to go home. And he's like, okay, well, we'll go home and we'll go shop another day. I was like, okay, sounds like a plan. I think the anxiety hit me the most because my daughter's doctor was male and I didn't feel comfortable with him touching my daughter. Um, Not that he looked weird or whatever. It's what happened to me personally that I just don't want men touching my daughter. Um, yeah, I don't trust anybody. And so my anxiety was through the roof because she didn't have not one doctor, but two male doctors. And it's like, yeah, I know I need to have a chill button and use it, but sometimes I can't. And my brain just works overdrive, and there's nothing I can do about it. If you know, you know. Oh, and then today is the 28th of February. Yesterday was my son's birthday. My son just turned, you guys, he just turned 15. Can you believe it? I have a freaking 15-year-old. Like, how? How did that happen? He's 15 years old. Um, we had a very small get together here. We had pizza and ice cream cake and a little bit of people, not a lot. Both of his grandmas came. It was a very chill, relaxing birthday. It's like he's 15. We, he didn't want anything big. He just wanted to chill and relax. I was like, sounds like a plan to me. You do not have to tell me that twice. And so, yeah, he wished his grandpa would have came, but he was too tired. He just got off of work and whatever, so he couldn't come. But he'll be here this weekend to spend some time with him. Um, but yeah, I have a 15-year-old, you guys. What in the actual heck? How? It's like, ugh, where the heck does time go? Like, I have a 15-year-old and a 7-month-old. What? Can that age gap get any bigger? I mean, I know it can, and I'm glad it's not, but ooh, who am I kidding? I have a baby in my stomach right now with a freaking 7-month-old. Wasn't planned, but it was a happy unplanned pregnancy. Because I didn't want to say a happy mistake. I do not see them as mistakes. Because everything happens for a reason, right? All right, let's talk about diamond painting before our time is up. Um, so this diamond painting is my entry for the Lunar New Year DP24 event. Um, and this event is held over on Instagram. I think there's prizes. Well, we had to do a Google form, so there may be prizes. You guys, I really don't pay attention to those things. I just pay attention to the event and the people in it. I like to see what everybody's working on. Um, so yeah, this is for that, and also it is for the Enys Guerrero DP, Enys year, Enysdp along. It's a year-long event over on Facebook. This is my second entry for that event. Um, but I told myself after this one, I'm not going to do an Ennis kit for a little bit because they're super dark and I want and need a brighter kit to do. Especially after everything that has been going on in my life. I just need happy and upbeat, you know, like the event that I'm going to be doing for next month, which is the Spangler event. So yeah, that's going to be really colorful. So the Draw with Spangler, that's the name of the event. It's going to be held over on Facebook and YouTube. So the YouTube every Monday with Mysteria and Randall Spangler will be live every Monday night. And then you upload your progress pictures over on Facebook. Um, and there are giveaways on that one. Um, no, giveaways, is that the right word? Things you can win. You guys, this color is so cute. This is the Fairy Industrials. So pretty. So pretty. But yes, I do want to participate in that event. Um, and that one starts on March 1st. So I will be doing the draw with Spangler. You can diamond paint and you can draw along with Randall Spangler. So on the Monday lives, he'll be drawing and teaching you how to draw his little draglings, and you can draw along with him. It's going to be a blast because I haven't attended this one, but um, I did attend the Season of the Spangler event, um, and that was absolutely fun. Uh, and I fangirled over Randall Spangler because he wrote in my comment, and I lost my mind. And then when I went to the very first live, I was like, oh my God, he's actually here and he's actually talking to people and answering people's questions. It was so freaking amazing. And so, yeah, I need a brighter kit. And next month's event is the perfect excuse to do a colorful kit. However, I do have a whip going, a Randall Spangler whip going. I have graduation um, going since the other event that I didn't finish and I just set it aside. I'm doing the graduation one for my son, but I'm removing um, graduation and putting homework instead. Or, no, not graduation, diploma, and putting homework instead for my son. Um, yeah, I have to hang all of Randall Spangler's. Either it was Randall Spangler's, Enys Guerrero's, and all my mermaids all have to be hung up. So, and then speaking of mermaids, um, the other event that I want to apply for is the Dakotathon and Fairies and Fins. So Dakotathon starts in April 1st, and then the Fairies and Fins start on March 1st through April 30th. And so I do want to try out for that, but I'm going to use the same kit. It's going to be a Dakota kit. Not sure if I want to tell you which one it is yet. I might just do the unboxing and kitting up video, and that's how you're going to figure out which one I'm doing. Yeah, that sounds fun. We'll do that. However, the most exciting part about that is I didn't buy the canvas. My stepmom did. She's been wanting a diamond painting over at Diamond Art Club, but it was out of stock. I don't remember the name of it because I already handed it to her. So I bought it. It was a cow with some sunflowers on it. Let me know the title if you know it in the comments. But yes, it's a cow with sunflowers on it. She wanted that one, and she tried to order it when she first started doing Diamond Art Club's diamond paintings, but it was out of stock. And as soon as it came in stock, I was like, I'm in there. And I bought it. And then she bought the kit that I want for the Dakotathon, and it just came in at her house today. So she's got to bring it to me. Then as soon as she brings it to me, I'm going to do a recording of unboxing it and maybe kitting it up. I'm not, the reason why I say maybe on the kitting up part is because, that static drives me mad, and I don't want to be frustrated on the camera with you guys. So I might just suffer that in silence. In the comments below, is there any events you guys are planning on joining or excited to join along or want to but can't? Please please let me know. And also let me know if you are diamond painting right now, what are you working on? If you're not diamond painting and you're doing another crafty thing, let me know in the comments below too. I'm nosy. I like to know things. I also like to comment and I like to conversate with you guys. Like, it's the best feeling. It is the absolute best feeling with you guys. You guys are so freaking And by the way, you guys, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. I am at 243 subscribers. Like, what? How did that even happen? I was watching that number go up and I was like, I haven't even uploaded anything yet. I haven't uploaded in a little bit. Like, what's going on? And it just kept going. I was like, oh my God, I feel so special. Um, I know I'm silly, but yes, I do feel special and I am super grateful for you guys. I do want to say, not sure if I mentioned it in any of my other whipping chats, but I do want to do a 500 subscriber giveaway once I hit the 500 mark. I still have to figure out what I'm going to give away, but I promise you it's going to be good and diamond painted related. So, yeah. And on that happy note, you guys, if you have not subscribed already and you made it this far, I have a feeling you're going to like my channel. I would love for you guys to join this family and, you know, enjoy my little whipping chats and crazy rants and oddballness. Um, so yeah, please go ahead, subscribe, and hit that thumbs up button. It lets me know you're enjoying this video, you're enjoying my content. It also lets YouTube know that you are, and it can throw my video out further for other people to watch and hopefully enjoy. um, yeah, so if you did make it this far in the video, huh? Ooh, I know. Leave a rose emoji because we're working on roses, which I'm actually almost done with all the roses. Can you believe it? That's awesome. But yes, leave a rose emoji in the comments below so that it will let me know that you made it this far into the video. And if you did, I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking in there and dealing with all my crazy. I believe I did reach the hour mark, and I think I talked about um everything except for one thing. Oh my goodness. So, before I let you guys go, my husband got me something for Valentine's Day. I told myself I was on a no buy because I just needed to buckle down on the stash that I currently have. However, some kits came out, Diamond Art Club. I swear they make it so hard for you not to buy diamond paintings, but some kits came out that I was like, oh, I have to have, I gotta have, I gotta have. And my husband for Valentine's Day gave me $150 and told me that I can spend it on diamond painting. And so I bought 3 kits. 2 of them are mine. The third one is that cow one that I gave for my mom, my stepmom. So yeah, I had to tell you guys that my husband um, got me to buy some diamond painting kits for myself, and I will let you guys know. I'll show you guys what they are in another video. But you guys, I'm so happy that you are here. I'm happy I kept you guys company. I do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Love you laters.